Hello everyone, my name is Cem. I am a student of Marif Educational Complex Bishkek. In this video, I will be discussing the rights of captive animals in circus zoos and science labs.
To accept the doctrine of animal rights is to agree that animals should not be subjected to various forms of exploitation, including but not limited to experimentation, breeding and killing for food, clothing, or medicine, use for labor, selective breeding for anything other than the animal's benefit, hunting and captivity in zoos or use for entertainment purposes.
Captivity is a significant issue for animals, as it affects their natural instincts and behaviors. The consequences of captive animals' interaction with people can be devastating. In this video, we will examine people's attitudes towards captive animals, their wild instincts, and animals' attitudes towards captivity. I will also provide a balance of information by including different global perspectives and statistics to show the majority of the issue. Zoos and aquariums have been around for centuries.
In 1793, the first modern zoo was established in Paris, France. The animals that were previously kept by French aristocrats, including the king and queen, were confiscated during French Revolution and moved to Menagerie de Jardin des Plantes. This zoo is still located in central Paris and remains a popular attraction. Over time, zoos and aquariums have evolved and expanded, with the primary focus shifting from entertainment to conservation and education. Today, there are over 10,000 zoos and aquariums worldwide, with approximately 700 million visitors per year.
People's perception towards captive animals varies globally.
Some people believe that keeping animals in captivity is necessary to conserve endangered species and provide research opportunities. However, others argue that keeping animals in captivity is unethical and can lead to various physical and psychological problems for the animals. It was found that 94% of people in US believe that animals should be protected from harm and exploitation.
In some countries, such as India, Bolivia, and Costa Rica, the use of animals in circuses is entirely banned.
And other countries have placed restrictions on the use of certain animals, such as elephants or big cats in circuses. However, there are still many countries that allow circuses to use animals for entertainment purposes. For example, my country, Turkey. In Turkey, circuses that use animals are still permitted to operate, and the government has not yet imposed any restrictions or regulations on the use of animals in circuses.
There are many animal rights activists and organizations in Turkey that are working towards ending the use of animals in circuses.
Some notable organizations include the Animal Rights Federation of Turkey, (HYTAP), or the Animal Rights and Ethics Association, (Hakim).
These organizations hold protests and campaign to raise awareness about the issue and push for legislative change. As for the specific circuses that use animals in Turkey,
Proponents of animal captivity argue that it's necessary for conservation and education purposes. Zoos and aquariums provide a safe environment for endangered species, and they often have breeding programs in place to help increase population numbers. They also provide valuable research opportunities and allow the public to learn about animals up close. For example, in 1982, there were only 22 California condors left in the wild. By 1985, there were only 9. To help save them, a group of organizations created the California Condor Recovery Program. They bred and raised the birds with the help of hand puppets so the young birds wouldn't become too attached to their caretakers. In 1992, the first birds raised in captivity were released into the wild. Thanks to this program, the population of California condors has grown over 400 birds, with 240 living in the wild. Zoos in San Diego played an important role in making this success possible.
animals in captivity often exhibit behavior that is not typical of their species in the wild.
They may become lethargic, depressed, or exhibit self-injurious behavior. This is because animals have natural instincts that drive their behavior in the wild, and when they are taken out of their natural environment, these instincts are often suppressed. Approximately 96% of the lifetime of wild animals employed in circuses is spent confined in chains of cages. These animals are constantly on the move, transported from one location to another throughout 11 months of the year, which can lead to psychological and physical problems.
Furthermore, animals in captivity may lose their natural instincts. When animals are kept locked up, they start doing strange things over and over again.
These things might include walking in circles, licking or biting the bars, and swaying their heads or bodies back and forth. Such things happen a lot to animals like lions, elephants, bears, and monkeys. This is because captive animals are often not exposed to the same environmental conditions and social interactions as wild animals, leading to their inability to survive in the wild.
Critics of animal captivity argue that it's inhumane and unethical. Captive animals often experience a physical and psychological harm, and they are denied the ability to live in a natural life. They are also forced to perform and entertain, which can cause us significant stress and trauma.
Keeping animals in captivity takes away their natural homes, families, and routines. For example, dolphins are forced to live in spaces that are 200,000 times smaller than what they would have in the wild. Elephants can only walk around in their enclosures, even though they are used to walking up to 20 kilometers each day. Scientists have noticed that animals in captivity behave differently, and recent studies show that this is because of the change in their brain structure and function.
Animals in captivity may exhibit a sign of stress and anxiety, leading to various physical and psychological problems.
Animals living in enclosures that restrict their natural behavior can become chronically frustrated and bored. In the wild, animals can use their stress response system to escape danger, but in captivity, they often have little control over their environment. This can lead to a sense of helplessness and can harm the hippocampus, which controls memory, and the amygdala, which process emotions. Long term stress can raise stress hormones and damage neurons in the brain region, disrupting the balance of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate mood and other important bodily functions.
Additionally, studies have shown that animals kept in captivity for multiple generations have smaller brain and less brain functions compared to wild animals. This is because they adjust to less stimulating environment, which causes their brain size permanently decrease.
These behaviors are often a result of the animal's inability to express its natural behaviors, such as foraging, hunting, and socializing. Stereotypic behaviors or highly repeated, unchanging, functionless behavior can be a sign of abnormal behaviors in animals in cages. Examples include repetitive pacing, swaying, head bobbing, bar biting, over-grooming, and excessive licking.
There are many examples of animal rights being taken up on a worldwide scale by activists and organizations. As part of my job in this team project, I truly believe that I need to take some action for animal rights. In order to reach more people and more students with our presentation, my teammate and I are planning to hold some conference about animals and animal rights. I am planning to upload this video to YouTube in order to raise awareness about the topic.
Also have rights to live peacefully without any
In
interruption.
1793, the first modern zoo established in Paris, France.
In conclusion, the rights of captive animals in circuses, zoos, and science labs must be protected. The consequences of captive animals' interactions with people can lead to physical and psychological problems for the animals. People's attitude towards captive animals varies globally, but there is a growing awareness of the need to protect animals from harm and exploitation. Animals have natural instincts that drive their behavior in the wild, and when they are taken out of their natural habitats and put into captivity, these instincts can become suppressed or distorted, leading to further physical and psychological harm.
It's important to acknowledge the arguments for and against animal captivity. But ultimately, it is our responsibility as humans to ensure the welfare of these animals. This can be achieved through alternative methods of conservation and education, which prioritize the well-being of animals. It is up to us to make a conscious effort to respect and protect the rights of captive animals, both in Turkey and globally.